Hi, I'm Rod Pry, the director of the Pennsylvania State Sunday School Association, and I want to welcome you to our weekly International Sunday School Lesson Preview, this time for Sunday, September 27th. This week, we're concluding our 4 lessons based on the life of Joseph in the unit entitled Struggles with Love. Love, what a powerful little 4-letter word. Untold numbers of songs, movies, books, and poems have been written on the subject. Wars have even been fought for and because of it. You know, the Greeks had 8 different words for different types of love. Romantic or passionate love, affectionate love, selfish or universal love, familial or family love, obsessive love, playful love, enduring love, and self-love. This week's lesson is entitled Love Revealed and is based on scripture from Genesis chapter 45, verses 1 to 8 and 10 to 15. In the lesson, you'll see several types of love at work: love for one's family, enduring love, and agape or selfless love. You will remember that Joseph was sold into slavery by his brothers, who were jealous of the fact that he was his father's favorite. He ended up as a slave in Egypt, where he was falsely accused and imprisoned. But that wasn't the end of his story, was it? Joseph stayed positive, and eventually he had the opportunity to interpret a dream for the king. The dream foretold the coming of 7 great years of harvest, followed by 7 years of drought, a time when there would be no harvest. Joseph also had a plan that could save the country. They should store up the wheat during the good years so that there would be grain available during those 7 years of drought that were coming. Pharaoh was so impressed with Joseph's plan that he made him the governor, in charge of grain storage and distribution. He was the second most powerful man in all of Egypt. Then in last week's lesson, we saw that Joseph's own brothers, who were also experiencing the famine in their homeland, came to Egypt to buy grain, and that brought them before the governor, their own brother, Joseph. Joseph recognized his brothers, but they didn't recognize him. Joseph gave them grain, but also ordered them to go back home and bring their younger brother Benjamin down to him. And when they returned to Egypt, there they were, standing before Joseph the governor, and that's where today's lesson begins. Chapter 45, verse 1 through 3 say this: Then Joseph could no longer control himself before all of his attendants, and he cried out, "Have everyone leave my presence!" So there was no one with Joseph when he made himself known to his brothers. He wept loudly, and all of Egypt heard him, and the Pharaoh's household heard about it. Joseph said to his brothers, "I am Joseph. Is my father still living?" But his brothers were not able to answer him because they were terrified at his presence. Whoa, I bet the brothers didn't see that coming. This was Joseph, their brother, the one they almost killed, the one they sold into slavery. He was now a powerful ruler in Egypt. Little wonder that they were terrified. He could have had them put in prison or killed. But what did Joseph do? In verse 4, Joseph says to his brothers, "Come close to me. I am your brother Joseph, the one you sold into Egypt. And now do not be distressed, and do not be angry with yourselves for selling me here, because it was to save lives that God sent me ahead of you." I said earlier that today's lesson involves 3 different types of love: family love, everlasting love, and agape or unselfish love. Certainly, you can see all 3 of these types of love in Joseph's actions toward his brothers. He could have been resentful and angry with his brothers, but he wasn't. He realized that everything that had happened was a part of God's plan, a plan that would save many lives, including his own family, and eventually set up the entire Jewish nation in Egypt, where they would remain for the next 400 years. Have there been times in your life where you've been facing problems, cares, and concerns? How did you react? Were you angry and down because of the situation? Or, like Joseph, were you able to continue to trust God and look forward to God's ultimate purpose being accomplished? In Romans 8:28, the Apostle Paul said this, "You know that all things work together for the good of those who love God." He wasn't saying that everything would always be good, but rather, if we trust God and have faith, God's ultimate purpose and something good will come out of every situation. The key is to pray, as Jesus taught us to pray in the Lord's Prayer, "Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven." I'm Rod Pry from the Pennsylvania State Sunday School Association. Thank you for being with me today, and may God bless you and your family and keep you happy, healthy, and safe. And I hope to see you again next week.